Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuznuz here, and today I'm going to be showing you a money making method. You can either do this method to make you some spare money clearing out artifacts from your bank, or you can actually do this while you're leveling archaeology, or you can farm this method as well. So basically, a lot of people are doing chronotes, which is causing the price of chronotes to drop a lot. So you could do this method as a replacement for that if they get too low, but also this method is good for clearing out your spare artifacts. Now, a lot of the time, you're jumping from different places, you're getting different artifacts, and you're gonna end up with artifacts that you can't do anything with. I have artifacts that I had about 30 of, and obviously I have 30 of one artifact. I'm probably not going to have 30 of every single other artifact to do a collection. Now, you can get those artifacts and do those collections, or you can disassemble. You can disassemble these artifacts and get components, and you can actually package up these components, which is unique, and sell them on the GE. They are tradable. So I'm going to show you how to do this. First, I'm going to go get an Invention Master Cape because that'll help with the method. You obviously don't need it, but I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we are here at the Invention Guild. So now that I'm here, I have my Invention Master Cape, which you don't need, but it helps getting more components when you disassemble. But we're going to look at some artifacts here. So you can actually use the Analyze spell right here, and you can look at your artifacts. And as you can see, these ones give time-worn components and vintage components. Now, the main components that'll make you money that you can turn into material crates to sell are vintage, time-worn, historic, and classic. Now, time-worn, vintage, and classic are probably the best, vintage and classic being the best. Now, you can disassemble and get components from these. Now, you can just use ones that you have laying around. You can actually, if you analyze a component and you find one that is skewed to give the components you want, like if you really want to farm vintage or time-worn, you can go and get a bunch of ones that you've analyzed. So this can be farmed. It's really good to use with your spare artifacts. So I'll just show you here. If we disassemble, you can see down here 4 time-worn components, 4 vintage components, 4 vintage, 4 time-worn, 4 time-worn. So we got a lot there. And now that was a level 93 artifact. Now this is a level like 80, I believe, and you'll see a difference here, I believe. If we disassemble this, 2 vintage components. So the higher level the artifact, the more components you're going to get by disassembling. So you can, target farm which ones, or you can just use your spares. So then the thing is, you're going to have to go to your invention bench. You need ancient invention unlocked, I believe, for this. But you will manufacture, and you'll go to material crates. And you only need level 20 invention for this. So here's a large crate of vintage components. So you need 25 vintage components for this, and right there we got, how many did we get? We got 8. We got 8 vintage components, I believe, for that. So, and that wasn't many artifacts also. So we're going to make one of these crates, and you need padded parts and protected parts, which everyone's going to have a lot of those, so don't mind too much to those. But we'll make one of these. And now we'll make one more, and we'll do, we'll do the time-worn crate to show you guys that. So here's a small time-worn crate. Only 5 time-worn components because I only have 22, but these are pretty common as well. It says I'm making 4, I'll just make 1. Alright, so now we're going to go to the GE and see what these sell for. Now, classic components are kind of rare. I think they mostly come from the lower tier artifacts, but I'm not sure. But those are what you use to make gizmos. So those are really, really good to get and sell. I'll show you right here. If you look up classic components, a large crate of classic components is 300 mil, but you need 1,000. But that is something you can try to target farm if you can figure out what artifacts give these the most. So we're going to sell our components here and see how much they go for. So for the vintage components, we got 10.5 mil. The time-worn are not selling, but they should sell for an okay amount. So I'll just drop them down. But yeah, vintage components, oh, I guess they're not selling. Well, time-worn are not as used as vintage components, but I did actually sell these for a bit before. As you can see, I sold the large crates for 2 mil each yesterday, so somebody might just not have a buy offer in for that right now, but vintage components are really good, and as you can see, we did get a lot of them. I would say if you're going to farm this for money, definitely go for vintage and classic components. That is where you're going to make the most money. But time worn is going to be a decent chunk of money, and then historic, you're not going to make too much, but you do get a ton of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this guide, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, because a lot of you are not subscribed. I saw 99% of people aren't subscribed. That is insane to me. Leave a like. I was so thankful for all the likes on the latest videos, and comment what you want to see next, because I'm still going to be putting out archaeology content, ancient invention content, maybe testing some perks. May make a series at some point, but I don't really know what series to make, so if you guys could give me suggestions, that'd be great. But please hit the subscribe button, and yeah, see you guys next time.